Welcome back, focus learners, to today's explainer. We're diving into something that trips up, well, pretty much all of us at some point. We're talking about breaking the cycle from overthinking to action. If you've ever felt completely frozen, just stuck in your own head, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to demystify the actual evolutionary roots of decision paralysis, break down the mechanics of the overthinking mind, and give you a clear, actionable roadmap to finally break that cycle. So picture this. Have you ever replayed the exact same conversation in your head over and over again? Like, maybe it was a slightly awkward interaction with a coworker or some random disagreement with a friend, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. and your brain is still trying to write a new script for what you should have said. Oh man, we know that pain point all too well. It's absolutely exhausting, isn't it? Or hey, how about this one? Do you spend hours or maybe even days agonizing over a single decision, just imagining literally every possible thing that could go wrong? If you're nodding along right now, I want to immediately validate that experience. You're absolutely not alone in this. Millions of people struggle with this exact same paralysis every single day. And the cruel irony here, the more you think, the more stuck you actually become. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the overthinking loop. So, what are our minds actually doing when we get stuck? By definition, overthinking happens when your mind gets trapped in a loop of excessive thoughts. Notice the key part there. You're continuously analyzing a problem instead of solving it. You look at it from the left, you look at it from the right. You analyze it again and again and again. Your brain is literally running in circles, burning up all this fuel, but going absolutely nowhere. Now, here's the massive myth we constantly tell ourselves. Overthinking feels incredibly productive. Since your brain is working so hard, you get this illusion that you're actively managing a crisis, you know? But it's just an illusion. Spinning your wheels in the mud? Yeah, that isn't the same thing as making progress. You're really just digging a deeper hole. Which brings us to section 2, your brain's evolutionary trap. Let's trace this mental trap back thousands of years. Back then, overanalyzing danger was exactly what kept our ancestors alive. They had to constantly look out for ancient threats. Apex predators, severe weather, rival enemies. Fast forward to today, and our threats look vastly different. We're dealing with job interviews, complex relationships, financial stress, social media. But here is the fascinating, kind of crazy problem. Your brain hasn't updated its software. It still mistakenly treats the uncertainty of modern life as a life or death physical danger. That's exactly why it obsessively searches for answers. It literally thinks it's trying to help you survive a tiger attack, when really, you're just trying to write an email. Okay, moving on to section 3, the illusion of perfection. This is the main reason we paralyze ourselves in the modern world. The crucial point here is that perfection simply doesn't exist. We tell ourselves, oh, if I just think about this a little bit longer, I'll find the absolute perfect plan or the perfect moment to act. But the source material makes a really critical observation. The more options you analyze, the harder it actually becomes to choose. Aiming for perfection creates this profound decision paralysis where absolutely nothing gets done. The pursuit of perfect literally becomes the enemy of the good. And that leads us to our big paradigm shift in section 4, why action beats thinking. I really want you to hold on to this crucial takeaway. Action creates clarity. Honestly, thinking alone rarely creates the clarity we crave. We sit around in our rooms waiting for this magical burst of absolute certainty before we make a move, completely misunderstanding that the certainty only comes after we take the step. Action is the actual engine of clarity. And this brilliantly illustrates the swimming metaphor directly from our source material. Imagine you want to learn how to swim. On one hand, you can read books about fluid dynamics for years. You can watch thousands of videos, study the exact breathing techniques of Olympic athletes until you have them totally memorized. But guess what? That results in zero actual swimming. On the other hand, you must physically enter the water to truly learn. And guys, the exact same principle applies to your life and your decisions. The solution is rarely more thinking. The solution is getting in the water. Now, once you get in the water, you gotta know where to look. Overthinkers constantly torture themselves by worrying about things they cannot possibly control, what other people think, unexpected problems, global events. Stop worrying about uncontrollable outcomes. Instead, focus entirely on these 3 actionable items. You can always control your effort, you can always control your habits, and you can always control your attitude. Just leave the rest alone. Honestly, it's incredibly liberating once you actually apply it. So how do we enforce this? Well, here is a highly practical habit used by some of the most successful people in the world. The number 10. Setting strict deadlines, like saying, I have 10 minutes to make this decision, prevents your thinking from just continuing forever. Or maybe your number is 1. 1 hour, 1 day. The specific number matters a lot less than the hard boundary it represents. Capping your decision time with a strict deadline forces you out of your head and into the physical world of action. Because without that deadline, the vacuum of time just allows overthinking to expand indefinitely. Look, so many people wait until they are 100% sure before making a move. But life does not work that way. Certainty is often completely impossible. No one, not the most successful entrepreneurs, not the most brilliant investors, no one knows exactly what will happen. They succeed because they move forward despite the uncertainty, not because they cured it with endless thinking. Let's look at how we future-proof our brains in Section 5, Training Your Mind. Think of your brain as a muscle. Mental clarity isn't just some happy accident or a genetic gift. It requires intentional daily training. The more you actively practice pulling yourself out of that overthinking loop, the stronger that mental muscle actually becomes. And here is the daily gym routine for that muscle. Walk through these 5 simple, highly actionable daily practices with me. First up, exercise regularly. It physically moves you out of your head and into your body. Second, write down your worries. Literally trap them on paper so they stop bouncing around your skull. Third, limit social media, which, let's be real, is essentially a slot machine of modern simulated threats. Fourth, practice mindfulness to anchor yourself in the present moment. And finally, fifth, get enough sleep, because a fatigued brain is wildly susceptible to anxiety loops. Doing these builds a healthier mind that's actually capable of clear, decisive action. All right, let's summarize the core takeaway of our explainer today. Overthinking does not protect you. It only holds you back from realizing your full potential. And remember, the goal here isn't to become someone who never thinks. I mean, critical thinking is an absolute superpower. The goal is to stop thinking endlessly, which leaves us with this final provocative thought. The people who succeed aren't the ones who think the most. They're the ones who act. You don't need perfect answers, and as we've learned today, you absolutely do not need complete certainty. You just need the courage to take the very next step. So knowing everything we just covered, what is your next step? Stop thinking about it. Go do it right now.